Hey everybody on YouTube, Karl Alexander here, and in today's video I'm doing a quick follow-up to a video from a few weeks ago where I tested Fallout 4's ENB performance. This time I'll be seeing how ENBs affect performance in the recent Skyrim Special Edition as requested by a commenter. Because of some time constraints, I'm gonna try to keep this short, so if you need more info on ENB or why you use it, you'll just need to Google it. Okay, so getting right into it, for each test I'm using my Intel i5-7600K overclocked to 4.8 GHz, 16 gigs of G-Skill DDR4 clocked to 2800 MHz, and the Gigabyte GTX 1070. For a more detailed list of the parts I'm using, check out the description below. The ENB presets I picked were mostly based on popularity, but I did include one preset that uses reshade, despite the issues I had getting it to run. The ENBs consist of Rudy, Ruvac, Phoenix Vivid with Reshade, Sin Extreme, and Re-engaged ENB only preset. Each of these will be linked in the description, but to be clear, just like last time, this isn't a review or installation guide. It's simply a look into what kind of performance hit you'll take with each. Again, like in my Fallout 4 video, I did these tests at 1440p Ultra because I feel it gets closer to the GPU bottleneck that most users experience. The idea here is to see how much the frame rate hit is when the GPU is the limiting factor. An important side note to understand in this test is that the Skyrim Special Edition, or even the normal version of Skyrim, are not games you want to play beyond its regular 60 FPS cap. Disabling VSync is only useful for benchmarking in this title. Playing over 60 FPS will cause physics issues, and while you can get away with playing at some higher frame rates without VSync and a third-party frame cap, I found tearing to be uncontrollable on my high refresh monitor with those frame limiters. To test Skyrim Special Edition's ENB performance, I did 3 separate tests consisting of a walk through 2 cities, Solitude and Whiterun, and also a walk through an outdoor area close to Riften. For the most part, I do think these sections give a good indication of general performance, but obviously depending on the area, your results may vary. Okay, so starting with walking outside of Riften, we see a minimum of a 20% frame rate loss, with the maximum loss being about 29%. Important to note that since the game is best played at 60 FPS, these are all almost acceptable frame rates. The only exception to this is the Phoenix Reshade preset that seems to hit the low frame rates harder than the others, creating some noticeable stuttering. The re-engaged ENB also dips below 50 and 0.1% lows, but the frame times are closer, making stutter less noticeable. Moving right along to the Solitude test, we see the performance loss range from 22% at the low end with the Rudy preset to 34% with the re-engaged preset. However, with a non-ENB average FPS of 97, frame rates are all staying above 60 on the average, making the losses mostly negligible. Phoenix dips on the 0.1% lows like last time, showing that the ENB reshade combo may cause some stuttering in comparison to just ENB, but again, very good results all around. And last up, we've got the Whiterun test, which, at least back in the regular version of Skyrim, was a terrible spot because of CPU-bound frame stuttering. However, even with a range of 22 to 35% FPS loss, all presets managed averages over 60 FPS, and most actually have 1% and 0.1% lows over 60 as well, creating an incredibly smooth image. Again, just like before, Phoenix dips on the lows and re-engaged can't quite keep its lows above 60, but overall, the performance loss isn't terrible. Okay, so conclusion time. As I've already said in my Fallout 4 ENB test, ENBs are frame rate hogs, and there is little you can do to get around it. It seems that these popular ENBs fall mostly in line with the ENBs I tested with Fallout 4. The combined average loss in average FPS was about 25%, which is close to the average of 27% in Fallout 4. However, because the range is much smaller, with these presets having 35% being the largest loss and 20% being the lowest, I would recommend expecting to lose that 25%. I'm not sure why, but performance ENBs with low FPS loss don't seem to be very popular in Skyrim SE, or they're difficult to create. I think that's about it for this quick video. As a side note though, you've hopefully already noticed, the featured footage in this video is from the re-engaged ENB, and while it carries the largest FPS hit of all the presets I tested, I found it maintained 60 FPS almost the entire time, and I found its rich colors and gameplay-friendly depth of field usage more pleasing than some of the other presets. Though again, it's all personal preference, and I would highly recommend testing them all out for yourselves. Okay everybody, that was my video for this week. I hoped you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I'm sure you know what to do. If you have any questions or comments, post them below, and as always, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to see more videos like this one in the future. If you want to get in touch with me directly, you can follow me on Twitter, and if you enjoy this content and would like to help me out directly, consider contributing to my Patreon. I should be back next week or sooner with a new video. Got a few ideas rolling around, but with how busy work is right now, it's hard to say what will be next. If you have any ideas about what you'd like to see me cover, please let me know. And as always, thanks for watching.